My name is Rahul Sharma. This is Less Talk, More Rock. Usually if I'm talking in a setting like this, each one of you would have a drum in front of you. And I might have the 4 rhythm ambassadors of my band Funkadesi representing West African, North Indian, Latin, Brazilian drumming, usher you through an experience. But even without that, let's see if we can try something. In a moment, I'm going to ask that you make a rumble sound as you are able with your hands on your thighs or your feet on the ground. And I'm going to play conductor. We're going to try this? All right, let's try it. Let's rumble. That was pretty good. Now, just from that activity, notice how are you doing cognitively, emotionally, physically. And we're going to do it one more time, but I'm going to ask that we listen into the space. A secret from the world of musicians. Sometimes we like to listen into the space, even if it's pin drop silence, because it helps us first figure out how do we want to ornament that silence with sound. It also gives us a moment of pause to think, what is it that we have inside of us to express? So let's take a moment and listen. Now let's rumble one more time. Watch me. Excellent job. So you got a little bit of a taste of what I do in my work with my company, Strategic Inclusion Consulting. We create impactful spaces for learning and growth and develop authentic leaders who set the tone for a vibrant and healthy work culture. I wanted to give you a taste of that, but I also wanted to, before getting into what I'm doing now, just look at my journey. And I want to give a shout out to my late great mother, that's me with her. She was born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya. And so I want to express some gratitude to what the opportunity she and my father, who was also born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya, provided me. I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. My parents were born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya, and our ethnic heritage is from North India. So in a lot of ways for me, growing up was a journey into my own sense of belonging. And when I was in 7th grade, I stumbled upon guitar, and I learned blues music and funk music. And for me, learning that music, I wouldn't have said it at the time, but music was my therapy. I found I could express myself. It was a place where I felt like I immediately belonged without having to be invited. And moving forward, when I started to get into my own cultural identity development, I started to learn the sitar and the tabla, learning Indian music. And I asked myself, while I was going to Chicago for grad school, I wanted to continue music. What if I came across other people that were in their own cultural and musical journeys, and what if we tried something together? And this is the result of that. The music group Funkadesi, which, since we never got the memo to stop, this year we are celebrating 30 years together as an intercultural band. Thank you. And as you can imagine, there's so much that we've learned, not just about music, but about relationships and leadership and respect. I think the compassion that we had for each other, affirming each other as cultural beings, was really important. The humility, making ourselves truly available to listen to the other person's cultural context and rhythms. They're not always the same, so we have to put our stuff aside. How do we create a new authentic as we're watering our cultural roots and trying to mix up our Bollywood, Bhangra, reggae, and funk genres together? And lastly, our motto is one family, many children, insisting we all belong. So this insistence on how we show up for each other, that we show up for each other, and that's important for us. And we said, we kind of feel like we got lightning in a bottle here, and the psychologist in me said, how do we turn what we've learned from each other into a process that we can share with other people? 4 out of the 10 musicians in the band are drummers that I mentioned, the rhythm ambassadors of the band. So we thought, why don't we do some immersive drum circles? You might ask yourself, why drumming? Well, first of all, it's true, you can never have enough cowbell. But aside from that, there's a lot of growing evidence on the mental and physical health benefits of group drumming. And with this band, we get to do it in a multicultural fashion where we're learning many different rhythms. And at this point, We've done over 250 drum circles in boardrooms, at community events with children, folks with intellectual disabilities. Just wanted to share at a 180-person all-staff training. At the end of the session, I asked in the big room, what was this like? And the first person on the mic said, I felt like my ancestors were in the room. Or at another session, before I could even hand the mic to somebody, they just yelled out, this is so needed. So this puts wind in our sails, getting to do this in so many different environments. I close by honoring my cultural heritage and sharing my chai recipe. So I want to share that with you. And before you get excited, I'm so sorry, it's just an acronym. And I've already shared it with you, kind of. So compassion, humility, accountability, insistence. And so to close up, expand belonging through self-awareness and arts immersion. Lead with chai if that values recipe works for you. But my question for you is, that's just my recipe. What's yours? Thank you.